Have you made up your mind?
Not yet. I'll have to make up my mind this week because the deadline is Friday. But I'm thinking very hard. I'm speaking to my family. I'm looking at the pros and the cons. And I'm tending in the direction of doing so. But as I say, it's not final yet.
Well, it would seem that you might have Helen Zille 2.0 in that Miss Helen Zille, the former mayor of the city of Cape Town, the former premier of the Western Cape, the current federal chairperson of the DA Federal Council, might be making a comeback to mainstream politics. In this case, she might be coming back as the mayor of the city of Joburg. And now this is very interesting development and Helen Zille has said it so herself that she's thinking about this, about coming back to mainstream politics. But if you ask me, I truly believe that Helen Zille, this thing was in the making for a very long time. If you guys are checking out the social media sphere, Helen Zille has been to what do you call this? This comedy roast, the roast of Helen Zille and all of that. And I think that's one of the ways in which she's trying to come back into mainstream politics to make herself relatable again. But be that as it may, put that aside, she's got ambitions. And I think for the people who are residing in the city of Joburg, what they've gotten so far in terms of the leadership, coalition government, poor leadership in the government, the state of the city, the filthiness in the city, poor service delivery, roads, potholes, you name it, and all of that. I think for most of them, it is my humble opinion that there might be this particular issue of Helen Zille coming back, it might be palatable to them. They might be say, you know what, we could use a change. We could use somebody who's tried and tested in the city of Cape Town. Perhaps he could make a big change in the city of Joburg. The current mayor that you have now, the previous two mayors that you had, the coalition mayors that they had before, even mayors from the DA as well, mostly they've been mayors from the ANC. They haven't delivered really anything in the city of Joburg, as it were. I think the one who came close to that, Pakstawa a little bit from the ANC. I think Herman Mashaba is largely credited with doing a good job in the city of Joburg. Unfortunately, he resigned when he left the DA. But what do you think about this? So I was disappointed. There's a clip that I want to show you guys of, or at least an audio of Herman Mashaba responding to this thing of Helen Zille might be making a comeback in the city of Joburg. So, and Herman Mashaba went to race-based politics, that the DA, in terms of their policies, they are overlooking black people and all those type of things. Maybe it's true, I don't know. But I feel disappointed that he went to the race-based politics instead of the merit of the case that maybe Helen Zille is not qualified, didn't do a good job in the city of Cape Town, or anything like that. Because I think at this point in time, the people of the city of Joburg, they probably do not care who comes into the leadership position of being a mayor. They've been under this poor leadership for such a very long time. All they need is somebody who is willing and capable to do so. So I think what I would have liked for Mr. Mashaba to do was that I'm raising my hand as well as the leader of Action SA. I want to be the mayor again so that I can be able to deliver for the people of the city of Joburg. Convince the people of the city of Joburg that, hey, I'm the right man for the job. Because so far the ANC hasn't done such a good job in terms of leadership in the city of Joburg. But Mr. Mashaba unfortunately went for race-based politics, talking black and white and all those type of things. And considering that Mr. Mashaba himself, in his party, he's got white and black people and all of that. And you got capable leaders like, I think their chairman, Michael Goverment or something, Athol Trollip, to name a few. And I think there's more. But I'm disappointed that he went for race-based politics. So I want to ask a question to the people who be watching the video, especially for people who are of this, who reside in the city of Joburg. Does it matter to you who is in the leadership position if they are able to deliver what is it that you want? I know a lot of people, a lot of South Africans, they want simple things. We want infrastructure that is working. We want no crime. We want hospitals that are working. We want electricity. We want water. City of Joburg will tell you they've spent so much time without water in that city. So does it matter to you who is in the leadership position? What do they look like, whether black or white? Or do you want a capable somebody who will come into a leadership position, do his or her utmost best to serve the people of the city of Joburg and get Joburg to where it's supposed to be. Joburg used to be known as a world-class African city, but today it looks like a dump. If you want to know that a city is working and is functioning properly, go to the inner city and see how filthy it is. If you go to the city of Cape Town, you contrast it to the city of Joburg or the city of eThekwini, both these two cities, the city of eThekwini and the city of Joburg, they are filthy, horrible. They are a dump. That's why a lot of businesses have moved away from the inner city and all those things. But you go to the city of Cape Town, it is way, way better than these two metros. So these are some of the bigger metros in the country. And so far, it would seem to me, at least, that the city of Cape Town is doing way better than the city of Joburg and the city of eThekwini, Nelson Mandela Bay as well. So let me know what you think. Let's check out this clip by Herman Mashaba ranting about why he doesn't want Helen Zille to come back to mainstream politics, particularly to the city of Joburg. And let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Herman Mashaba from Action SA, of course, was once the mayor of Joburg and has thoughts on Helen Zille being the candidate in Joburg. Welcome, Herman. Thank you very much for your time on the show.
Hi, good afternoon, Wendy. Always a pleasure talking to you. And good afternoon to the listeners.
What are your thoughts on Helen Zille potentially running for Joburg Mayor?
Well, really very concerning, Mandy, 31 years into a democratic dispensation where DA is actually confirming that they absolutely do not really believe in black leadership 31 years into a democratic dispensation. I was born and grew up in a country where black people were never really trusted, and Helen Zille has been quite instrumental in actually responsible, as people claim that she ran Cape Town and ran it well. So our concern is actually not about Helen Zille, it's about the DA not having confidence in black people. So basically what Helen and the DA are saying, the only way we can turn this country around is it's a white person, it's in charge. And that's what I have a problem with.
Herman Mashaba, leader of Action SA, former mayor in the city of Joburg,
And my only obsession is to try and fix South Africa for my own grandchildren, but everybody else's children and grandchildren.
Now, I would imagine many people would balk at the task because of the extent of the decay. So what would your priorities be if you were to become mayor?
Well, the very first thing you have to do, and that's if I go through it and if I get the nod, because I mean, the DA has very tough selection criteria. If I go through the process and get the nod, my first objective will be to stabilize the finances. Johannesburg has a capital infrastructure backlog of 200 billion rand. And the entire city's budget is 86 billion rand. So what are you going to do about that? And how are you going to address that? I have some ideas of how we would start to address that. But the bottom line is that it'll take more than 5 years. And what I can do is stop the rot and turn the ship around, or start turning the ship around. And then probably it'll be for my successor to steam off into the correct direction.
But you're confident that you can do it?
Well, I certainly can have a plan, and I certainly can make a start with others. It's not only me, obviously. I mean, Joburg, if it is to be fixed, will take a whole of society approach, which is the DA's commitment, but it's all hands on deck, civil society very much so. I see them as a crucial partner. I see national government, provincial government, all critical partners. And of course, the skills of the Johannesburg City Councillors is going to be fundamental. And then appointing the right people in the right positions who can do the job.
Yesterday, well, how do you think Premier Panyaza Lesufi feels about the prospect of you as mayor?
Well, he will pull out all stops to stop me, no doubt about that. So will Herman Mashaba. He's played the race card already. But as I keep saying, we are not interested in racial conflict. We're interested in beating poverty. So for us, it's poverty. For other politicians, it's race.